You're watching Ask Dr. Dora. Real questions, real answers, real transformation.
Hello and welcome to Ask Dr. Dora. I am Dr. Dora Dixie, board certified in family medicine and addiction medicine. Ask Dr. Dora is my virtual medical ministry where I discuss all things addiction medicine, substance use disorders, recovery, and the magnificent bodies we've been given to live in. Knowledge is power, and the more knowledge you have about how your body functions, the more power you have to make decisions for optimal spiritual, mental, and physical health. Today, instead of a lecture, we have the privilege of having a wonderful conversation with Mr. Michael Martin. And I want to tell my audience that because Michael is wearing a hat, I'm wearing a hat. So Michael, tell us, who is Michael Martin?
Well, Michael Martin is a young man, 67 years old, that was born and raised in Chicago.
West Side or South Side?
South Side.
All right.
On the South Side, 58 in Princeton.
Okay.
And right now, who I am?
Right now, today.
I'm the man. I'm better, much better than I used to be.
Okay.
You know, I used to be all over the place.
Okay.
But right now I got a little stability and I'm moving forward
I love it.
and going up.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that's who I am.
Wonderful. Can you take us back to the beginning of what your life was like before drugs got into your life? What was life like for Michael Martin on the South Side of Chicago?
Before drugs got into my life, I had a mother.
Okay.
And a father.
Okay.
And some brothers.
Okay.
And some sisters.
Okay.
I remember that, and I always felt like there was so many of them that it wasn't no room for me.
Okay. How many siblings did you have?
4 sisters and 3 brothers.
That's a big family.
It was 8 of us.
So where were you? Which number child were you?
I'm it's 8. It's 2 behind me. Wait. No, it's 3 behind me. So I'm the 5th child.
So you were child number 5.
I'm the 5th child.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you feel like you got overlooked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
You do. I'm sorry you had to go
It's
through
all
that.
good.
Okay. Did your parents use drugs or drink?
My daddy used to drink.
A little or a lot?
Used to drink quite a bit, you know, but I mean, we used to go to the lounges and he would, first of all, my father was a Marine. He came from Mississippi.
Okay.
He came to Chicago and I guess he met my mother. My mother was beautiful.
Okay.
And to me, anyway. And they got married, and it seems like, as I sit here now, he wanted to keep her barefoot and pregnant.
And down.
You know, because me, my sisters, and brothers all like stair steps.
Okay.
You know, and I just remember them as I got older, from the age of 5 to 10, fighting all the time. Fighting. Yes.
Verbally or physically or both?
Physically, both. Yeah, I remember that.
So how did you feel seeing your dad hit your mama?
I ain't like that, but I mean, what could I do?
Right, you were a
I
kid.
just watched. I just watched.
Did you feel that any of that was your fault? Did you feel that any of their fighting was your fault? Because kids oftentimes feel that when bad things are happening in their environment, it's their fault.
At that time, I couldn't understand what it was all about. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't. I just didn't understand what it was all about.
Okay.
But it was happening. And then my mother, she left. She was gone.
She left us, you were all children as well? Or did she take you all with her?
No, she left all 8 of us.
Wow.
She left. She was gone. I was 10 years old. I ain't seen my mama again till I was 20-something, in my 20s.
Get out of here.
I thought I hated her, but I loved my mama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did that abandonment do to you? Because she basically abandoned you all.
Well, it having no mama, we all grew up fast. We grew up fast. We had it was 8 of us. We had our own gang. We didn't have to join. We didn't have to join no gangs. We room group. That's it.
Okay.
But it was still kind of devastating, because it's like my dad used to come home after she left, and he would bring women to the house and say, "Hey, this your new mama." I'm like, "No, it ain't," and but some nice ladies came through over the years.
Okay.
That it's one lady I respect as my mother. I know her.
Okay.
I know her. I respect her. And I can say that she helped me through the years that I was going through at that time.
Okay. So when did drugs enter into the picture? How old were you?
12.
And what was your first drug?
Marijuana.
Where were you getting marijuana at 12?
Where?
Mm-hmm.
They were selling it on the street.
And you had money to buy it?
Yeah. My dad was a painter.
Okay.
He taught all us how to paint.
Okay.
My dad used to bring money home.
Okay.
He had one of them big beds, I don't know, queen, supersize or whatever. He had money all over it, like Scarface or something.
Okay.
Has to do that.
Okay.
And he taught us, the boys and the girls, the trade.
Okay.
And but it still didn't take place with my mother.
No.
I think that not being around my mother, I used that as an excuse to do the things I did. But like I say, we was growing up fast, I was 12 years old. I'm playing poker with people 35, 40, And when things didn't go their way, they put me in a child's place, you know. But I knew it wasn't gonna always be like that.
You were going to grow up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So when did the drug use escalate?
Well, me myself, I'm a late bloomer.
Okay.
You know, because it's like, I mean, I see it all clearly now. What happened? Because I went years using and maintaining, you know, just being or seeming like I'm normal. And then when I got older, say like in my late 40s,
Mm-hmm.
that's when it began to show.
Okay. So let's back up. So from 12 to 20, were you still at home?
12, 20.
Mm-hmm.
I say 12 to about 18.
Did you finish high school?
No. I saw no need for that.
Okay. When did you quit?
Uh, when I was going into my junior year.
Okay. So were you about 17? 16 or 17, somewhere.
Around in there somewhere.
Okay. Were you a good student?
I ain't never been really stupid. You know, just like I couldn't find this place. I felt kind of dent, but it's all right. But no, it just seemed like people were going beyond
Okay.
what they are supposed to be, like a teacher or whatever. That went beyond teaching and tried to get personal, you know. And I was like, I know how my dad showed me how to make money. I don't need this, you know. And
Wait, help me understand. So I think I'm hearing you say you were maybe exploited or taken advantage of, sexually abused by older teachers?
hell no.
No.
Anybody never did nothing to me.
Females didn't take advantage of a handsome young man pushing up on
Yeah, I think you know what.
when you were way too young.
You know what? I think they did. You know, 'cause I've been looking for love all my life. You know, 'cause my mama was gone.
Right.
You know, and I never wanted to be like my father. You know, which I got a lot of his traits.
Okay.
You know, but as far as I think, you know, when I found out what a womanizer was, that was my father.
Okay.
You know, and I never wanted to be like that.
Okay.
But
So did you become like that?
who, me? Never.
Never.
Well, I got married when I was 20, I think 21 or 22.
Okay.
And, you know, me and this young lady, you know, I thought I had found what I was looking for. I thought I was in love, you know, well, we were in love with each other.
Okay.
And then life started happening, kids started coming. And,
How many kids came?
well, 3.
Okay.
3 with my
With
first
your
wife.
Okay.
And I ended up having extramarital affair. I think I said that right.
You said it exactly.
I had 2 more kids,
Okay.
you know. But I had 6 kids. But I promise you, I only had one that I said, oh, I'm going to make a baby. You know, I mean, all the rest, they just came, you know, I mean, to my knowledge,
Okay.
you know.
It wasn't planned.
It wasn't right. I didn't plan it. I didn't plan.
Okay.
I just planned to do, you know,
Do what men do.
right. Now, I'm not going to say what men do, because it take a woman too. I mean, you know, these days, I don't know what it takes.
Well,
You never okay, we will go off script.
We're not going to go there. So you got married at a young age. Were you still using drugs?
Yeah.
By the time you got 20, was it still just marijuana?
No, by the time I got 20, I was doing cocaine, ecstasy, not ecstasy, what they call that, purple microdot.
Okay.
And
Was it LSD or pizza?
what is that? Sherman stick.
Okay.
And what else?
So what's a Sherman stick? The listeners may not know.
Sherm, they call it sherm.
Okay.
Sherm is like a hallucinogenic that made me feel like I knew more than anybody else. Nobody know nothing but me.
Wow.
I could go in a room full of people. I'm looking at these people. I'm like, hey, what's wrong with them? You know, I'm just not on cloud nine, you know, floating or whatever, not aware of what's going on, but I'm aware and I'm looking and I'm like, okay, I'm just thinking in other people's mind and, you know.
Okay, so this Sherm gave you special powers, huh?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, this serum gave me special powers, but I hit that serum stick, it was like, yeah, this going down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And another drug, TAC.
Okay.
Tack. I snorted that. You know, I hanging out like they say people to places and things.
Mm-hmm.
I started that hanging out with my little stepbrother. One of the children that my dad used to say, "Hey, this your new mama."
Oh, okay.
You know, and they came along.
Okay.
And I snorted that. I swear, I would be walking down the street, and you would be coming towards me, and I think that if you got too close to me, I was gonna fall down. I mean, that stuff was crazy. You know, I just thank God today that all the stuff that I put in my body, that my mind is clear. I'm not fighting with the air or standing on the bus stop, you know, doing the Y2C. You know,
That's
God spared me. I'll say that. I'll use that word. He spared me.
So from 20 to 40, you got this wife, you got 3 kids, you got 2 other outside kids. You're using drugs, different kind of drugs,
Oh, okay.
hallucinogens, and
I'm tripping.
yeah, sound like
What's called Jimi Hendrix.
yeah. Were you able to work and support your family throughout
You know
that
what?
time?
I have always monetarily, like I say, my dad showed me what to do, taught me how to paint, and I've always been able to support.
Okay.
At least I thought I could support my habits, support my family, support everything, but that wasn't true.
Okay.
That wasn't true.
All right. So from 40 to 50, what happened in those years?
From 40 to 50. Well, when I was in my 40s, my wife divorced me. That was the worst thing that happened to me in my life. You know, I felt like that was the worst thing that happened to me at that time. She divorced me, and I just didn't care. I didn't want to live. You know, I was like, I couldn't believe that, you know, and it was like she did some things that made me think that I was sleeping with the enemy. You know, I mean, maybe it was me. Maybe it was me because now Me and this young lady, we the best of friends. Over the years, we the best of friends. And I have married recently since then.
Okay.
But before I did, I offered her my hand, and
Wife number one, you tried to get back with her?
I because I knew my life was changing and getting better.
Okay.
And she made me understand that it was nothing going on.
Okay. Okay.
So,
So when your wife left you, did you feel the same abandonment that you felt when your mother left?
no, I felt when me and my wife separated, I felt betrayal. I felt like, it's like I never knew you. I thought we was together. You know what I'm saying? It showed me that it wasn't like that. But I was hallucinating.
Yet again.
I was hallucinating, as the years went on, I found out that I was hallucinating, that she never really meant me any harm.
Okay.
And,
So did your drug use escalate after this wife left you?
yeah. Yeah.
What did you turn to then?
Huh?
What did you turn to then?
What did I turn to?
Yeah. What drug, or was it the same?
Oh, well, I used to be in love with cocaine. I used to be in love with that. I thought it wasn't nothing better than cocaine. Me and cocaine was like me and music is now.
Okay.
I never had a problem with cocaine, and when I got it, it was like, yeah. And I thought I would never be able to break free from that.
So what did cocaine cost you? What
Cost
it
me?
cost you? Not money, but emotionally, physically. What was the consequences of cocaine use?
Cocaine didn't really cost me anything. You know what I'm saying? Me and cocaine was like this.
Okay.
And, I did cocaine and, it would enhance me.
In what way?
And, like you said, some kind of superpower that would give me energy and, it would, I'd just be live. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not that I would be unalive without it, but I can't say that because it was like when I did cocaine, around the clock. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
So you binged.
Huh?
You binged the cocaine.
Not binge. That was my lifestyle. That was my lifestyle. It was like, you get up in the morning, drink coffee or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I did cocaine. It's like me and cocaine. If I ain't had no cocaine, well, I always had cocaine. I was never without it. I knew too many dealers and
Okay.
this and that and the other, and the things that I knew how to do, to enhance other people's lives, like decorating and
Okay.
cleaning up, take care of different things. I never had a problem with having that drug.
Okay.
Never had a problem.
Did the cocaine cost you any relationships? So your wife is gone. Now you're 40. Wife is gone. You're doing cocaine every day. Did you have a meaningful relationship with your children?
Well, at that time they were young. They was about to go in high school, about to graduate, and I think I made it to 1, 2. two of the graduations, you know. I made it to the graduation, and you know, it didn't seem right because my heart wasn't in it. You know, it's like, yeah, okay, I'm getting ready to go to my kids' graduation. They're getting ready to graduate from high school. You know, and I felt like, you know, it's like, boy, who am I to be here when I didn't contribute to, you know, you growing up or whatever, you know. And I know they felt that kind of way also.
So they,
you know,
you think they felt abandoned by you?
I do think they did feel abandoned by me because I know we used to sit there when they was before they got to be teenagers. They were, you know, 8, 9, and 10, and we used to sit there and watch Living Color.
Oh yeah.
And my daughter used to run around and tell me, I want to be a fly girl. I said, baby, you know you're a fly girl.
That's funny.
And my wife used to like, don't you let them watch this, you know.
That
But
was funny stuff.
my first wife, she had got saved. And I think that's what saved me. You know, I tried to follow her and, you know, and do what she did or whatever, you know, I mean, trying to be around.
Okay.
But, you know, it kind of rubbed off on me. It started clicking.
Okay.
You know, but I was caught up for real.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
I was. Yeah.
Did you ever use heroin?
Ooh, that's when the trouble started.
So your life changed?
Oh, James Brown ain't lying. Heroin is king.
Okay.
Heroin is king.
So how old were you when you started with the heroin?
Ooh, like I said, I'm a late bloomer. I was in my 50s.
Really?
I was in my 50s. I was in my 50s when I started going to prison. Notice I say started, you know.
Have you stopped going to prison?
Well, it's been like almost 10 years since I had any run-in with the police.
So how many times were you in prison?
4.
And what were you charged with?
Burglary. They charged me with burglary.
4 times.
4 times the same thing. 2 of those times was number like criminal trespass.
Okay.
But one time I did break in a house. It was vacant, and they had a alarm. I'm in the house breaking all the copper pipes, right?
Okay. So you were one of those people.
I looked out the window and it was police everywhere. I know they had a dragnet
Around
this little house. There wasn't no getting away. I'll never forget that.
Were you alone?
Yeah, by myself.
Okay.
You know, I always did my own thing. Never been in a gang.
Okay.
Nobody never told me what to do.
Okay.
My father taught me that. My father, he had a lot of good qualities.
Okay.
He stayed around when he didn't have to. When my mama left, he could have left all 8 of us, but he stayed right there with us.
Wonderful.
I got that.
Okay. So let's go back. So now 4 times you've been arrested.
Incarcerated.
Arrested and incarcerated where you went to prison, not just to the lockup.
Right, to prison.
You went to prison.
Yeah.
Was your motivation to commit these crimes to get money for drugs?
It was motivation to get money.
Okay.
You know, I used to, like I said, I was a professional man. You know, I made money all the time.
Okay.
But I used to work all week and find myself broke before the Monday come. You know what I'm saying? Get paid on Friday.
And all you
By the time Monday get there, I'm like, boy, why I can't even buy no gas. You know, and I said, it got to be a better way. So I stopped working. I stopped working and I started, I had a van and I used to ride the ladies around. You know, I used to ride them around and let them do what they do. You know, I used to just ride them around, drop them off,
So
pick them up.
I was out shopping in a resale shop and I saw this big belt buckle and it said pimp. Could you have worn that belt buckle?
No. I've never been a pimp or, you know, needed anybody to, take somebody's lifeblood to support me. I never needed that.
So when you were driving these ladies around, were they paying you?
Yeah, of course they were. Of course they were. I mean, instead of me working and spending the money
Okay.
to party with these ladies, you know what I'm saying? I would ride them around, you know, and then I would have my pick of the litter, you know what I'm saying? Because
you were the chauffeur?
Yeah, I guess you call me Pace. I was like Pace.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah, that's how that was going.
That's
It
the
was
first
like
time
Pace.
I've heard that story.
Right, it was like Pace.
And I've heard a lot of stories over the years.
You know, it was like Pace, you know. I
Okay.
mean, they knew where to be, when to be, jump in the van and go where they need to go and do what they need to do. You know.
And how much would you charge them?
I wouldn't charge them. They just, hey, look, if you didn't act right, you weren't getting in no more. You know, I mean,
So
it wasn't no fee or like.
But they gave you money.
Yeah, they took care of me. I took care of them, and they took care of me.
Did you ever have to protect any of them from being roughed up by a customer or a potential customer?
No, I never like dropped somebody off and I'm watching.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
You know where it was Exchange Avenue from 75th to 79th.
Right.
And I just ride around. I go around in that circle.
Okay.
And in that circle, if somebody wanted to get in, they would get in. Hey, look, we need to go over here or go over there. Here you go.
Oh.
You know, like taxi service and jitney, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell the audience what jitney was.
Well, as far as I know, jitney was a taxi service. Like it used to run down South Park, King Drive, and I don't know how much it cost. I never rode in too many jitney.
Okay.
You know, I used to ride yellow cab.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's what jitney was. You know, it used to run down King Drive mostly.
Okay.
Man.
So how long did you do this livery service?
Oh, wow. I'll say about a year.
Okay.
About a year. I did that for about a year. I stopped working and did that. You know, but people always would come through with some jobs because God blessed me with that talent, you know, as far as pain. And even now, I have tremors in my right hand, but I still make masterpieces with the paintbrush.
Okay.
You know, God, he'll help me shake that line right over here, right up in there,
All right.
where it needs to be. Just
Okay.
like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
This is minor,
Okay.
but you know,
Okay.
yeah.
So when did you stop going to jail?
When did I stop going to jail? I'll say the last time I got out of prison was 2016.
Okay. And when you were in jail, did you use drugs?
No. No, when I was in jail,
Mm-hmm.
I read the Bible.
Okay.
I read the Bible because I knew that God was the only one that could protect me from this element. You know,
Okay.
so that's what I did.
Okay.
You know, and I got kind of smart, you
Okay.
know, by doing that. You know, I
Okay.
got kind of smart. And I formed a somewhat of a relationship with the master.
Okay.
You know, I mean, it was shaky, but it was something.
Okay.
You know, it was something.
So when you went into jail, did you go into withdrawal?
Well, I went to prison 4 times,
Mm-hmm.
and each time I went to what you call that? A treatment facility
In the prison.
in the prison. The prison,
Okay.
the whole prison was a treatment facility. I went to the same place 4 times. And
Was that Southwood Interventions?
huh?
Was that Southwood Interventions? Southwood Interventions on
No.
57th and Wood Street.
No.
Not
I
that
never
one.
I never been in one of them kind of treatment.
Okay.
Never. I never.
Okay.
You know, I'm like, I used to see people go in for 30 days and come back out. I'm like, no, that ain't for me. You know, I could stay out here. Why should I go in for 30 days, then come back out and do the same thing? No.
Okay.
But when I went to prison, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about, and I got clean. I hate that word. I hate that word.
You got
clean.
sober.
Okay, thank you. Well, I got sober. I wasn't drunk no more.
Okay. You weren't using drugs.
I wasn't using drugs, and
Okay.
I came back, and you know, I'm like, boy, you know, I'm the only one around here that's not using drugs. I said, look, I'm bored. You know, let me get me one. And I used to go through that cycle, you know, back and forth. You know, I mean, I never been sober for any amount of time except for in prison.
When you were in prison.
When I was in prison, yeah, I do a year, I do 6 months, and I'd be like, yeah, I come out, I be fresh, and you know, and then I'm like, I'm looking around, and next thing I know, I get me one or something, and I'm back down with the smackdown.
Okay.
And then I got hooked up with this, it's this place on 75th and Jeffrey. I used to ride past it all the time. I used to ride the bike. They had suspended my driver's license, and I used to go to jail, you know, go to Cook County Jail all the time because they stopped me. I didn't have no driver's license.
Okay.
And that was the process. You going to Cook County Jail. And so I decided, I'm like, hey, look, this is getting old. So I got me a bike and I started riding a bike. And they named me Mike on the bike.
Yeah.
You know, that's who I was, Mike on the bike.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So now you've been using drugs pretty much since you were 12. You're 50 years old, in and out of jail 4 times. Maybe not in a close relationship with your children.
Close relationship.
Not in a close relationship with your children.
Yeah, not really.
Not really.
Not really.
Okay. So what happened between 50 and 60?
Ooh, between 50 and 60,
You're now
I'm.
in love with heroin. Heroin.
Oh yeah. Ooh, I'm in love with heroin. Heroin's so good. Yeah, when I first started doing heroin
At 50.
in my 50s, I say about 53.
Okay.
You know, it was a whole new experience. You know, it was like, yeah, it's like, all that hype stuff with that cocaine, like, yeah. No, it was like smooth,
Okay.
like a Tennessee whiskey.
Okay.
And then it started changing. It started changing. But I mean, when I first started doing drugs, I was like, all I need to do is find out where to get them, how to get them. Then I don't need you because I used to pay people to hook me up,
Okay.
make me a connection. I used to do that when I first started.
Okay.
But once I found out, I didn't need them no more. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? I've always been me. You know what I'm saying? I don't need the crowd. I don't,
Okay.
I was like, the crowd, I can't support a crowd, you know what I'm saying? But I can take care of me.
Okay.
That's how my thinking was. Then I got hooked up with this clinic.
So were you on methadone?
Yeah. I used to ride past this place on my bike. I never knew what this place was because I was a poor heroin addict. I used to be sick all the time.
Were you ever homeless?
Ooh, at least 3 times. At least 3 times. One time, it was following this girl. I didn't have to be homeless, but I was following her. She was homeless, and I liked her. And, I'm like, I'll be homeless too. I'll be homeless to be with you.
He lost his mind, people. Okay.
Yeah. And you know what? She tried to, at the end, she tried to get herself together.
Okay.
And I was looking for her. I hadn't seen her. I knew where her people lived, and then I finally went by there, and they told me she had passed away. That was a hurting feeling. That was really, Kurt.
Did she overdose, you think?
I know it probably had something to do with that.
Did you blame yourself?
Huh?
Did you blame yourself?
I couldn't blame myself. I couldn't make anybody do anything. You know what I'm saying? And it's like she used to go out and do whatever they do early in the morning, to get us right,
But you don't call that prostitution.
Well, I mean, whatever she did, it wasn't like I wanted her to do it, because I liked her. I didn't want no man putting their hands on her. But, she did what she had to do,
So you
in
allowed
order to take care of us.
So you allowed it.
I couldn't stop it. It wasn't like, I mean, she had been doing this all the time. I didn't be like, look, this is planned. This is what we gonna do. No. She knew how to get her money or whatever. I mean, she knew these people or whatever.
Okay.
And she did what she did. I didn't like it.
Okay. I understand.
I ain't like that. I don't like to see nobody get hurt.
Right.
You know, I don't know why he kept me around as long as he did.
So how did you grieve her?
I guess I'm doing it now.
Okay.
You know, that really hurt me. She hurt my friend.
Okay. I know that hurts. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's all right. It's understandable. You lost someone you care about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I care about a lot of people.
Yeah, but she was special.
Very.
Yeah. So where are your children in all of this? Now you're almost 60. Where are your kids? Grandkids?
Where my children at? My outside daughter.
Don't call her that.
Well, she wasn't in
She wasn't
my
your,
marriage. She wasn't
your wife.
She wasn't my wife's daughter.
But she's your daughter.
She's my daughter.
But that would hurt her to say you my outside kid.
No, it wouldn't hurt her because she passed away.
Oh, wow.
She passed away when she was 30 something. She was on some dialysis. I've never seen anybody do that dialysis and live. I've never seen. I mean,
It's a temporary lifesaver.
Right. They all seem to like, I can't do this no more, and they just pass away. My father. Mm, you know, I just God started open my eyes and make me see things kind of clear.
Okay.
You know, I mean, he wouldn't, I ain't gonna say he wouldn't kill me, but he wouldn't let me die. He wouldn't, you know, because I've been through so much trauma. You know, I mean, people trying to beat me to death, me put myself in precarious situations where I never deserved any of that. I don't think. I don't think, but you know, when you do, I believe you reap what you sow. You know, if you out there, that's why I stopped going to prison because I learned how to keep my hands off of other people's stuff. You know, I used to be a thief. I mean, even though I grew up being a professional person, when I started using drugs, I would take things and I would be like, you know, I would see things and they didn't belong to me. And I'm like, boy, if I don't get it, somebody else gonna get it.
Okay. So you rationalized.
You know, I'm justifying, you know. But I was a thief. You know, the bottom line. And I had learned when I was in prison that Jesus said that, you know, let the thief steal no more. You know what I'm saying? That stayed in my heart. You know, it's like, yeah, I don't have to take nobody's stuff. You know, I don't have to take things that don't belong to me. You know, and I started getting better. Yeah. And I never, ever liked Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous and all that type of stuff.
Cool.
I always been like, if God can't fix me, can't nobody fix me.
Okay.
You know, that's been my mindset.
Well, there are lots of ways to get well.
Yeah.
On one way for everybody.
Look, I went to a orientation yesterday.
Okay.
this clinic I go to, they're about to make me a counselor.
All right.
They're about to make me a counselor. I went to orientation yesterday, and then it's like, you called me. I'm like, boy, God is on the move. My life is blowing up. You know what I'm saying? It's from 0 to 60.
Okay.
It's like, I know that I'm on the short end of my life. I've lived the majority of my life. I know I'm on the short end, and I know that God is going to let me live as long as He's going to let me live. And He's going to keep me in good health. I mean, whatever He said, I'm a firm believer that anything that God said will happen.
That is true.
I'm a firm believer in that,
Okay.
I've learned how to just keep that to myself, because I know don't nobody want to hear that, so I keep that to myself, and I try to be an example. And, over the years, like I said, my relationship with my kids and everything, over the years, they've seen me get better. They seen that. And, it's like now, I got a daughter. Man, I got a daughter. She loves me. In 2020, New Year's Eve, I was on parole, and I had a place over around Jeffrey on Chappelle. But the place that I paroled to was on 67th, right off of Morgan. And the parole officer called me. He said, look, I need to see you. So it was the first, like I said, 2020 New Year's Eve. It was the first. I had my check. I was Scarface. I had all kind of drugs bagged up and everything in my shoe. And this lady I told you about that passed away. She was like, we were both riding the bikes. It was snowing outside. And because we going over here, this is where I paroled to, where her and her man friend, they stayed. So we was riding over there. And I mean, we had been getting, medicated or intoxicated, high, whatever you want to call it. All through that time, because it was check time. And, that's what we did. We tried to flip the script and, keep it going. And she had me to stop. We was riding down Jeffrey, and we went to 67. And when we returned, I guess we was on Bennett. She said, look, stop here. And it's some nickel bags up in here, right? So I'm like, okay. I'm like, damn, we've been doing it. In my mind, I'm like, we've been doing this for 2 days. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay. So we stopped, and she went in the building. I'm sitting in the vestibule downstairs, and I could hear her upstairs knocking. She bamming on it. She did everything but knock this door down.
Okay.
And the people finally came to the door, and she came down, and she had the drug. I'm not going to buy you nothing. I'm not going to get none. I mean, I had been doing heroin for the last 2 days or whatever. I guess it was decent because I was all right. But I took this, what she brought downstairs, and the last thing I remember was getting on the bus, putting my bike on the front of the bus.
Right.
That's the last thing I remember. But I woke up in Christ Hospital.
Wow.
My leg was broke in 3 places. I had to ride from the damn Rhine from 70, I think it's 69th in the damn round where the terminal is. I had to ride from there to 67th and is it 67? Yeah, 67th and Racine to Ogden Park, and I got hit by a car. And
Wow.
a park worker found me in the snow, bleeding to death.
Yeah.
And this is how I heard it.
You don't remember?
I don't remember any of that. But I had to do this. I had to ride this bike from the damn Rhine all the way up here to Ogden Park, and I got hit by a car. And my leg got broken 3 places. And that's in 2020. That's when my life began to change. God just...
It's not your time.
Yeah. He took a hold of me. And things began to get better.
So after this bicycle accident with a leg broken in 3 places, did you use drugs after that incident?
Yeah, I was still using. I was in the rehab center, and they had I had learned how to walk. While I was in hospital, they was teaching me how to walk again. I couldn't walk. I couldn't even walk. And they was teaching me how to walk again. Then I started getting a little better. They put me in this rehab center. And then I had went through a process, and they started letting me go out. I had a wheelchair. I could go out of the wheelchair. And I had this friend. He was a drug dealer. He used to give me, what you call it? I forgot what you call it, but some name they had for a good deal on some drugs where I could sell drugs and make me some money. But anyway, I was doing that for a while. And
That's between 20 and
2020,
24?
2020, and I guess that was around the time that COVID started.
Yeah, definitely COVID was
Either it was going on or it had just started.
2020 for sure.
And I got out of the rehab center, and I was going through the process, and I got me an apartment. I got my first apartment, my first legal apartment since I had been separated from my wife. I had been homeless, staying in the abandoned building. What you call that? House sitting, property, making sure that nobody break in or whatever. And I be the one breaking in. I'm already in and I'm breaking in. But yeah, I had got my first apartment, my own apartment.
Do you still have that apartment?
Huh?
Do you still have that apartment? Do you still have that apartment?
I still?
Yeah.
Right now? I got a house now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm moving on up the ladder now. I have a house now.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean.
So when did the drugs stop? Or have they stopped?
When did the drugs stop?
Yeah, completely total.
All right. When I got in this clinic.
Okay.
I was there for 8 years. When I first got there, my son paid the bill. He used to come there faithfully every week and pay this bill so I could have methadone.
Okay, so you're in an outpatient methadone clinic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I could have methadone. I didn't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was a dope fiend. You know what I'm saying? I used to walk around sick all the time. And I found out about this place, and I started using the methadone.
Okay.
But then it's like I started using. I'm a mastermind. I'm a doctor. I started using methadone and using drugs on top of the methadone, and I can't remember the first time I overdosed or how many times I've overdosed. I've overdosed more than my 10 fingers. And
Did you get Narcan all those times? Did somebody give you Narcan to keep you from dying?
no, a lot of times I would be, well, this is going a little forward. A lot of times I would be in my apartment and God would just wake me up. I'd be up under the sink. I'd be done failed and bust my head or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because I know I had to just been standing there and just fell out.
Yeah.
You know, and hours pass or whatever, you know, and then I find myself waking up and all I remember is putting this stuff in my nose. You know what I'm saying? I remember that, but I don't remember anything else. That's just like the car accident, not the accident. You know what? I've been riding my bike and people try to hit me on purpose.
You think?
I don't know whether this accident they just like, who do you think he is riding his bike in the street? Am I gonna hit him or what? You know, might have been one of those deals. You know, but it was all good. You know, because my life began to change. But I OD'd in this what you call that? Department of Aging on 79th Street. Yeah, I OD'd right there. And
Oh, wow.
I woke up. Somebody had shot me up with Narcan, right? And I was the only one in the kitchen or whatever, in the kitchen area. So I got up, I went across the street and I saw my homie. I'm like, man, look, I'm tired now. I'm about to go to sleep. He said, go, man, go lay down, man. Come. So I laid down on the sidewalk and I woke up in Jackson Park. I had been there 4 days. 4 days. This was when, because it had got to the point that I didn't have to buy no more drugs. People just give me drugs. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't spending no more money. The devil been trying to kill me
For a long time.
for a long time.
Yeah.
But God kept saying no. You
Okay.
know, kept saying no. And now, now, I don't know, my life, like I say, I'm about to be a counselor, a drug counselor. Well, I've been in the orientation, whatever the next step is, I'm about to take that.
Okay.
And, all I want to do is be an example, because people know where I come from. You know what I'm saying? And how it is now. I mean, it's just, don't get me wrong, the struggle is still there,
Yeah.
but I'm in the no matter what club. You can die, I don't care what happened. I'm not putting no more of that stuff in my nose or smoking that pipe. I'm not doing that no more. I know I don't have to do that no more.
Okay.
And I didn't get that from no 12 steps, all of that,
Okay.
and
As long as you got it.
it's like, I know that now it's true that God has been with me all the time. He never left me. Even though I couldn't recognize or see it.
Mm-hmm.
See, I know where the source is now.
All right. So right now, how long have you been drug-free?
December 20th will be a year.
All right. So what has happened from December 2024 to now?
Till now,
That
what has
last
happened?
year. You're sober 1 year, and now you told me how old you were, 67.
I'm 67.
So you got sober in 66.
I got sober, what, 66? Oh, yeah.
Or 65, somewhere
Well,
there.
60, yeah, 66. No. I'm getting ready to be 68. So,
Okay.
yeah, I guess I was 60.
Tail end of 60.
Yeah, I was still 67. I'm not sure. I can't get all of them.
Okay, so you've seen a lot of your people you grew up with die.
Ooh. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people pass away with that fentanyl thing. You know, I've seen a lot of that. You know, and now I just heard the other day, 'cause I go to groups.
Okay.
I don't go to no meeting. Meeting keeping me clean. No, ain't none of that. God changed my life. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
But I go to this group therapy at this clinic where they can really make me a counselor.
Okay.
See, 'cause I've been, like I said, not medicating off of anything for going on a year. On the 20th will be a year.
Okay.
But I still go to the clinic. You know, I don't have to go.
Right.
See, that's how my life is now. I love to do things that I don't have to do.
Okay.
See, I used to have to get up in the morning and go in Walgreens knowing I'm getting ready to get caught and steal something. I used to have to do that and know I'm going to jail. I used to have, but now I don't have to do anything.
Okay.
I don't have to do nothing.
Okay.
You know, but I still do it. I still go and I see people that need help. And I know everybody's journey is a different journey.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? It's a different journey. What happened for me might not happen for you, but I can still encourage you somewhat, you know, with what I've been through. You know, what I've been through and what I'm going through.
Okay.
Because since not medicating or putting anything in my body, I just thank God that I'm in my right mind. I put so much stuff in my nose and no, I never shot anything.
Okay.
But, you know, ingested all kind of drugs. And still, I'm a little loopy. You know, it took me about 30, 45 minutes to find. I walked past this place 5 times before I looked up and saw the 33. And, you know, but I just thank God that I'm in my right mind, you know, and I can function and, you know, think clearly and, you know.
Wonderful.
You know, I thank him for that, you know, because I see people standing on a bus stop fighting with the air and, you know, I mean.
Yeah.
That could have been me, you know, but it's just, like I say, I know I'm on the short end of my life.
Okay.
And God is blessing me to do so many things, like everything just being here. You know, it's like, hey, look, now's the time, you know. I know God has perfect time. Because when you discussed it with me and in my own mind, like, oh, wow, this ain't getting ready to happen. You know, it says you blowing smoke, you know, and this and that and the other. But then when I get on that spiritual level, you know, God is like, hey, be cool, slow down. You're moving too fast. Hey, look, I got you. You got to remember that.
All right.
See, because I know now that it's not me. I ain't got no power. Everything I do is messed up. I mean, that's a proven fact.
Okay.
All these years, 68 years, I've been in some good positions and, trying to be on my own, I cannot make it.
I hear you.
With my sponsor, I got that from Alcoholics Anonymous.
Okay.
And NA and, and all that, having a sponsor. See, I got the sponsor, I know the one. I know one who knows all.
All right.
The man.
I love it.
You did, my father.
It works for you. That's wonderful. That is wonderful. So, the last year of your life, what significant things have changed?
What?
Just last year.
What, 2025?
Yeah.
Well, I'd say 2025 has been my year. I used to, the previous years before, I go to church. I was going to church. I was going to so many different churches, right? And they would say, "Oh, this is your year. This is your year." I'm like, "Wow, this is my year, right?"
Okay.
Okay. But it wasn't my year.
Not yet.
Now, 2025, when this year first started, I thought that I was feeling some kind of way, and I thought I wasn't gonna make it. My man was telling me, look, you ain't gonna make it. But I got on track. I got off. Look, I had been trying to get off of methadone because I'm like, I done traded one habit for another one. And I'd rather be using drugs than to be stuck on this because this here ain't right. But I tried everything. I tried so hard to get off of methadone. But that was it. I was trying. See, I didn't ask the Creator to help me.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? Then when he started helping me, things began to break loose. What they call a breakthrough. I started instead of going to that wall, just standing there, I began to break through.
Okay.
And
So are you off methadone now?
yeah, I don't medicate on anything. I'm struggling with smoking cigarettes.
Okay.
But other than that, no, I don't medicate off nothing.
Okay. So this year you got off methadone.
Yeah, I got off methadone, but what I had did, I had got this shot. I used to.
Sublocade?
Ooh, yeah, that's what they call it.
Yeah.
And it works.
Okay.
It works. It took about 4 months for it to kick in.
Okay.
And then when it kicked in, right, I'm like, okay, look, I don't need this no more.
I'm good.
I'm like, I'm cool, because I stopped getting the shot. And then the man tried to tell me, he said, look, what you're doing is, he said that this Sublocade is still in your system. It takes 4 months for it to come out. So I said, what you telling me? I say, when it come out of my system, I'm going to be a wild animal. I'm going to be like,
Wow.
That's what I'm asking him. He said, no, I'm not saying that. But you need to comply with us so you can stay in here just in case you need this. And I'm telling myself, I say, no, I'm too close to not being medicated by anything. And then after that 4 months, I did feel like I was going through some kind of withdrawal. but it passed. It passed, and it's like now, I still go down there and drop for them.
Okay.
I still drop on them. They want to know, am I tricking them or whatever, playing games with them. But that keeps me in good just in case I should happen to need them.
Okay.
Which I don't need you. I don't need you no more. I seen that trick. You could paint it any color you want to paint it. I'm not falling for that one.
Okay.
That's over with.
Okay. Do you have any triggers now?
Trigger?
Yeah, is there anything that makes
you know what? I've been trying. I've been trying to figure that word out for 8 years. A trigger, something gonna trigger me to
use?
You.
Yeah, a situation, a person, a place, a thing.
You can die. You can do whatever you want to do. You could run with Trump. You could. I don't care what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's not gonna trigger me to use it. Really, I guess you could say I'm scared straight.
Okay.
I believe if I was to put some of that stuff in my nose, it'd kill me.
You might not make it. Yeah.
Might not. I believe it would kill me.
Okay.
Right then and there, on the spot.
All right.
I'd be like, and I'd be gone.
That would be the end of Michael.
That's suicide.
Yeah, I agree.
That's suicide.
Well, Michael, it's been wonderful hearing your story. And I thank you for sharing. And before we go, I want you to look into this camera, that one. Look into that camera.
Yeah.
And say what you need to say to your children.
To my children?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, y'all ain't no kids no more. Y'all some grown folks. And y'all mama, she did good by y'all. And I'm coming around. And like I told you when I was in my addiction, if you look at me and look at what I'm doing and mess up your life, you got a problem. You know what I'm saying? If you want to look at somebody, oh, my daddy did it, so no. It's time to stop passing the buck, and it's about you, but y'all know that. And I'm so happy to be able to say that, sitting here right now, to you all. Especially you, Nicholas. That's my youngest son.
Okay.
He's in New York, but he's here now. His birthday was on the 18th. And I plan to see you before Thanksgiving or before you go back to New York. I'm going to make it to New York one day, though. I'm in Hollywood now. How you like me now? But,
okay. So one last person I want you to say some closing words to. What do you have to say to that young lady that died that you really liked?
Itty bitty, I loved you. More than a girlfriend, you were my friend. And I don't know what, I don't know what happened. I saw you trying so hard. I mean, I just hope to see you again in the next life, in heaven. I hope to see you again. I hope you made it. I love you.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Thank you for being honest and open with us.
Hey,
thank you ever so much.
That's the only way to go.
You're right. I agree. So thank you all for listening. Thank you for joining me on Ask Dr. Dora. I learned a lot from Michael, and I hope you did too. And if you want to learn some more, I encourage you to subscribe, listen, like, and share Ask Dr. Dora podcast on YouTube. If any of you need help with a substance use disorder or know of someone that needs some help with a substance use disorder, please call the number that will show on your screen. So if you or someone you know would like to be a guest on Ask Dr. Dora, please contact us at hello@askdrdora.com. Thank you.
Thanks for watching Ask Dr. Dora. If you or someone you love needs treatment, visit findtreatment.gov.